Chet Holmgren has agreed to sign to a $250 million extension, according to Shams Charania. So OKC has locked up an important piece of their recent championship run. I would say Chet is a above average player. That's very obvious. You look at his numbers last 2 years, they've been pretty similar. His career averages are 16.1 points per game, 7.9 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 2.3 blocks, 51% overall from the field for his career average. Last year, he put numbers similar to his career average. It was about identical. So that's the type of player you're going to get. You're getting a guy who can average a near double-double, who's a very good rim protector. I would say the only concern I would have about this contract if I was OKC is that Chet is very injury prone. That was obvious during his first season in the league, where he missed the whole entire NBA season due to an injury he suffered during a scrimmage with LeBron and several other NBA players. I forget the injury. I think it was like a foot injury or something that kept him out. And then you just look at this season where he missed over 50 games due to a hip injury. Like I think it was a hip fracture. And it's like the type of injury that usually an old person would get, a hip injury, like an old woman or old man falling down. So that's like the biggest concern I would have if I'm OKC, that will this guy be able to remain healthy during the tenure of this contract? That is something I would be concerned about. I'm very skeptical he's going to be able to remain healthy throughout this contract. I think Chet is a guy that, I'm just going to project here that at best you're going to see playing maybe 50 to 60 games per season. And that's like an optimistic forecast, I would say, for Chet. That I just look at his body, it's very weak, it's very fragile. And I just think he's prone to injury. Granted, his season prior to this season, he played 82 games. But you look at 2 out of the last 3 years of his current rookie contract, he's been out with a bunch of injuries. He's missed a lot of games. That's one thing OKC has to be concerned about going forward. Now, is his contract an overpay? Honestly, I can't really tell you if it is, because NBA contracts are out of control these days. They're so astronomical. This could be actually a good value contract compared to what everybody else in his draft class is going to get. I'm pretty sure Victor is going to get a bigger contract than him. Granted, I thought Victor was in the same draft class. No, they weren't. Victor was drafted a year later, but you get what I'm saying. You look at a guy like Banchero, for instance, who's in the same draft class as Chet, and he got a bigger contract than Chet. I'm just going to look up his contract in comparison just to see what he got. So I'm just pulling that up right now. Yeah, he got a $287 million contract, I believe. That's what they say. Well, they say a 5-year extension worth $239 million, which could reach $287 million should he become eligible for a Supermax deal. So it's kind of interesting. Chet actually got paid more than Banchero, bearing whether or not Banchero meets these stipulations. He could still make more than Chet. So, yeah, it may be an overpay when you look at it from that angle. They might have overpaid to get him. That's what they're saying here. Banchero was $239 million and Chet was $250 million. Wow. So they paid essentially $11 million more for Chet than Banchero. Granted, if Banchero meets the stipulations, he'll have a bigger contract than Chet. So that's interesting. I think OKC should have put in some stipulations in their contract just to protect themselves from Chet getting hurt. Now, I don't think Chet will ever become a superstar in this league. I think he's what you saw during these playoffs. He's the third or fourth best player on the championship team. He'll never be the second best guy. I think it's very evident now that Jalen Williams is the number 2 guy on OKC, and Chet is the number 3 guy, de facto number 3 guy. That's what I see. Maybe he'll get into a few All-Star games. He might up his offensive numbers that results in him getting into an all-star game, but I kind of view him like a fringe all-star. I don't see this guy being consistently a perennial all-star, but when his career's over, I could see him possibly being in a few all-star games, but I don't see this guy being a perennial all-star. And so I just think OKC's best hope is that he's productive during his contract. He doesn't get hurt. If he doesn't, then this could be a good contract. But I don't have anything else to say.